Well then, welcome everyone. I know that this is usually a payday kind of thing that we do. I'm going to be reacting to Crime Boss's new DLC trailer, which its game over the past few updates has actually looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and react to the most recent DLC trailer. Couldn't think of the word. Now, there is going to be a lot of pausing and a lot of breaking down what we're seeing, so if you guys don't like this video, just a heads up. So, we see the robot, obviously the robot right at the very beginning, very interesting. The lady that he's throwing the thing at must be the new, like, boss enemy. Clearly this screen was a good one to pause on. You've got that lady, can't remember her name, Casey, if I'm not mistaken. You've got Casey being held by like a robot, presumably Travis Baker reaching out. Police, surrounding with a bunch of robots. Pretty interesting little, depiction. Two pieces of candy, choose one or the other. I'm not really sure what that's going to be entailing either. Looks like you were drugged or something. Looks like he was drug away, like he passed out and drug away somewhere. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Okay. Interesting. Think the force. Okay. Okay. So, kind of a bad screen to pause on, so let me go forward. Perfect. So, there seems to be a new enemy that's a robot. Dozer, super, not superhuman, but you guys know what I'm getting to. Like some big new enemy that seems to be employed here. Cagnali Industries, or whatever it was referred to. Um, that's not the mafia Italian family that's already in the game, right? That's probably a whole nother that lady that we seen in the cutscene, I'd imagine. Um, this little bit of map right here looks really interesting though. You don't really have very many ways to go up. You just have that staircase, what it seems at least. So you're really pushed into a bottleneck here. So I'm sure that this would be a scene where you're fighting a bunch of cops or gang members. I'm not too sure. Not really too much else to break down. These are really interesting once again. They're like dozer robots, machines that are probably stronger, more accurate, and probably chase shit down is what I'd imagine. Oh, there's two different forms. Hold on. Was there two different types of robots? Like there's this kind here with that style of head, and then there's this kind. Is there two different types of robots? The next question here. Or is this just a dude with like a helmet with that on it instead? Very interesting. That's really cool. They added a new not animation, but a new like tool or whatever. I'm sure that's for the mission. It's very very detailed though. You've got capacitors, you've got your wires and all that shit. Not really sure. Maybe your batteries right there. Looks like it's a bomb of some sort. I'd imagine. This once again, this is probably something you do in like the main mission of the heist. Very interesting. Looks like a P90 in that screen. I think that's already in the game. This must be the room where they assemble the robots. That looked like a funny edit. I don't think that's really in the game. I know I'm skipping and pulling back and going forward. Like that right there, I don't think that was a real thing in the game. I'm sure that's just like a little silly edit. So 0415 must be the code to whatever this safe is. I don't know if it's a RNG dependent thing, but there's the code. See what's in the safe. Oh, we don't get to see what's in the safe. Damn. So that must be the new like boss lady. Like with the Chuck Norris leader guy. This must be the new like boss. She's like trying to stop Baker as it seems.
To the new Rockay city.
Oh wow. Um, did I see that right? Okay, so like you're blowing up I don't know, hotel or something. This must be like a setup to the heist, I'd imagine, the Cagnali, whatever it's called, industries. Um, just something I was noticing though is that the explosions look really, really good, but then like once the frame kind of settles down a little bit, nothing on the map was destroyed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's. And I mean, obviously, it's not Rainbow Six Siege, but if we're gonna have that level of detail of explosion and whatnot, like maybe have the balcony get destroyed or something. Very interesting, though. Oh, is that a new LMG I just seen? Hold on, go back. Is that a new LMG? I don't think I've seen that before. He has like a face shield, slightly different model than the one we already have. What it looks like once again is some robots that you're fighting, not like humans. That's probably a cutscene. Very, very interesting. I'm almost at 18, but very, very interesting. What I want to point out here though is that the Steam release is coming out, I think, on the 18th as well. So I just want to point that out. And this screen confirms there's this robot and then there's this robot. This one is much larger. This one seems more armored. The difference between the two, you don't really have much to see. This one has like a UMP. This guy seemingly has like an LMG or something. You can only assume this chick is probably FBI or some kind of, you know, government something, I would imagine. But this must be the new enemy boss battle. Um, Everything we seen looked good. I didn't really see new guns. I didn't really see like customizable guns or anything, but we don't know. Let's go ahead and see what's left here. If there's anything left, obviously. Wish list now. Okay, now it's just telling us to wish list the game and kind of plays the music out. But once again, I will want to point some stuff out. Right here at the very beginning, Baker has like a choice here. Oops, right before that. It's like with the candy. So right here's another choice, obviously. I don't know if it's a choice, but during that mission at some point you must need to save Casey. She probably gets like kidnapped by the robots or something. I'm not sure. But this is what I was really wanting to touch on right here. You've got a piece of candy in the left, and then you got like presumably a drug in the right. This must play a real big factor in the mission, I'd imagine. If they're showing this in this scene, this must be a real big factor. I would imagine it gives you a selection to choose between the two. Obviously, I don't know why you need to choose between the two, but assuming this one's drugs, assuming this one's probably like a piece of candy, maybe even a laced piece of candy with some drugs in it or something. I'm not sure. What it seems like is Baker's offering it to someone. I'm not too sure. There's always that weird scenarios in games, so this could be that weird scenario here. I'm not too certain. But this is still a thing I want to point out though, because it seems like this is going to be a decision the player has to make. For some reason, it just seems like that's a decision. There was something else I wanted to point at before ending the video here. And it was more about the weapons, if I'm not mistaken. Um, no, not on this screen. Where you're actually shooting the gun. Where was that? Okay, so right here's like a shotgun. I believe this shotgun's already in the game, if I'm not mistaken. It is nice to see that they added a new like tool bomb looking thing. That's really interesting. I do enjoy seeing that. Like here's another screen with guns. Like I'm not fully specific if the P90. I know the P90 is in the game, but I don't know if the P90 like is designed like that in the game. So is this like a little teaser indicating that like we're going to be able to customize weapons. And then the same thing here is pretty interesting. You get like a full number pad on screen that you get to press rather than like how it is in like the Payday games as an example, where you have to like try your best to navigate through small little pixels and buttons. Like that's really interesting. I will give a thumbs up to this video. Um, Other than that, I mean everything else is pretty straightforward. This, once again, it might be a new shotgun, it might not be, I'm not too sure. Right here looks like a I don't know. That looks like the robot's gun. Imagine you guys get to use the robot's guns. Like that UMP looking gun, but it looks like it's futuristic. Oh, it actually was shooting like blue stuff, I think. Very interesting. Yeah, it's like shooting like blue lasers or something. So that's a really big thing to see here is that they're integrating some futuristic weapons. Now, me personally, not a fan of the futuristic weapons, but it's nice to see that they're adding something new to the game. I will mention that. And these are Mark 1. That just makes me wonder if they have plans to make other versions of these robots, now that I noticed. Now, other than that, there was another scene. Like right here's like a street sweeper. This looks like a new gun. Um, Double barrel I think's always been in the game. That LMG's been in the game. That's been in the game. This here looks like a new gun to me. I don't think I've seen this one. And this one looks like a new gun too. This one looks like a street sweeper. The other one, some form of an AR. I'm not too sure. Definitely excited about seeing those weapons. Now, at the ending scene here, I wanted to point this out once again, is that you have a shield on a turret or a LMG, whatever it's called. Now, this is the two things that I'm thinking. Either this is a carrying weapon that you just walk around with, or this is a mountable, LMG that sits in a position. That's the two things I'm thinking here. Either you walk around with this gun and shoot it, or you're keeping it in a position like it's scripted on the map somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm not too certain. Or maybe, as we've seen in the last section, maybe this robot, maybe that version of the robot carries that gun. That'd be really interesting, right? I'm not too sure. We still have another month or so before this DLC actually comes out. So you guys let me know. Are you guys excited about Crime Boss? I know the more recent updates have brought more players to the game. It actually claimed that it doubled their player base on the last update. Once again, there's no numbers stating like 100 players, 1,000 players, 20 players. There's nothing stating how many players they actually gained, but they stated that they doubled their player base, which is pretty interesting nonetheless. Content wise, I'd like to see like customizable guns. I've already left a huge list in the Discord before, but just just a short little summary. I'd like to see like new weapons, customizable bosses, actually being able to level up your boss, like his skills that you choose. You only get like 3 of them basically that you choose from. Allow us to maybe upgrade that a little bit better. And that I am excited for. I don't know if I'll be buying the DLC, but I'll be certainly trying to play the DLC. So let you guys in the comment section tell me what you guys' opinions are on this. Do you guys agree with my opinions and breakdown of this video? If you did, leave me a like, comment on the video, and subscribe to me if you're new. I know, once again, Crime Boss is kind of a smaller game, but it is hitting the market, and it's not exploiting the Payday player base, but it's certainly making use of the Payday player base that's not playing Payday 3. So, kudos to them on that part. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.